Media.
Your mobile device or your smart device, we all know that these can present a huge distraction. Well, not the device themselves, but access to the internet, the access that it gives us to the internet and to social platforms. Hi, my name is Ronnie Cruz. After almost 2 decades as a career network marketer, I realized that despite continual work on my personal and professional development, that I had hit a massive brick wall. So I took a deep and honest look at myself, top to bottom, hoping to find answers. And my search led me to one conclusion. The definitions I held of my business, of my world, of my life were the very things holding me back. If I wanted to change, if I wanted to grow beyond my current circumstances, I had to wipe the slate clean and redefine. This show is dedicated to helping you identify the belief systems, the mindsets, the very definitions that have held you back, and then help you break through those limitations to finally create the life you've been working so hard to achieve. Welcome to the Redefine Podcast. Okay, happy podcast day. Happy podcast day to you. Welcome to the show if you're brand new, and of course, if you are an existing listener and or viewer, welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So today we're going to talk about focus and concentration. If you have found it difficult lately to focus and concentrate, don't worry, you're not alone. You're not alone, and this episode is for you. This is something that I've been experiencing a lot lately. I would say in the last handful of months, there have been days sporadically that, I just have a hard time concentrating and focusing. And on days like today, where I have to record and produce an episode for the podcast, it makes it really challenging to get anything done. So I've come up with a list of 5 ideas that you can implement, things that you can do to help improve your concentration and your focus. Number 1, remove the noise. Now, this can apply to your workspace, right? Decluttering your workspace so that there are fewer distractions, but it can also apply to your devices, right? Your mobile device or your smart device. We all know that these can present a huge distraction. Well, not the device themselves, but access to the internet, the access that it gives us to the internet and to social platforms can present a huge distraction. So turn off notifications, and if you can, go ahead and put that device somewhere else where it's beyond your reach and beyond your attention. Number 2, work in focused blocks, also known as the Pomodoro technique or something similar. Basically, the general principle is work in short spurts and then take a quick break and then go back to work. General rule of thumb, 25 minutes on and then 5 minutes off. Take a stretch break, walk around the house, get the blood circulating, and then get back to work for another 25-minute block. Our attention spans and our concentrations really hit their limit right around 25 to 30 minutes. So this is a good technique. I've used this technique before in the past and I have found it very, very effective. Number 3, set one main priority for the day. Now, I know this sounds ludicrous because we all have a million things that we have to do on any given day, but it's really, really important because it helps you avoid/prevent decision fatigue, right? Have you ever been in a situation where like there's just too many decisions or that you've had to make too many decisions in a row and they all feel important and it just gets exhausting, right? You don't want to make any more decisions. So setting one main priority for that day will really help reduce that decision fatigue. Number 2, what this does is it helps you focus on what's important, helps you focus on what actually moves the needle. And it really is a question of prioritization, which leads us to number 4, limit multitasking. Multitasking will actually pull your attention and focus away from those things that you've prioritized, from those things that are actually moving the needle. So it's really important to do this. Our brains are not built to jump from one task to another. So what you want to do is you want to batch similar tasks, like those secondary tasks, batch those things together and don't move on from to the next task until you finish the task that you're on. You're going to find this a much more efficient use of your time and effort. And then the last idea for today, number 5, brain dump, right? Journal. Get your ideas onto paper. The principle behind this is clearing your mind of all the millions and millions and millions of thoughts that can be distracting, right? That for me has been one of the biggest issues. It's not so much that I'm distracted by my phone or by social media or that I'm not prioritizing. It's just that I've got so many things going on in my head. And so getting them down on paper and just brain dumping or journaling, whatever practice works for you. Just getting all as many of these distracting thoughts onto paper and out of your head can go a long way to helping you focus on the things that you need to focus on, concentrate on the things that you need to concentrate on. So those are five ideas that you can try out, see if it helps you improve your focus and concentration. I know I've actually done all of these or continue to do all of these as practices that have helped me on days like today where I'm having a really hard time focusing and concentrating. But I got this episode out. I got this episode recorded. So hopefully it makes sense. If you got any questions whatsoever, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section below if you're watching the video version of this, or you can click that send a text link on the podcast version. I'll get the message and I'll be happy to reply back in the next episode or in a future episode. So that's going to do it for today. We'll catch you next week with a fresh new one. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.